and red stripe down each side of the pants. It's a beautiful night for football. We're sitting at around 83 degrees, wind blowing towards the north end zone here at UBT Stadium, about 12 to 15 miles per hour. So Lincoln Northwest will kick towards the south end zone into the wind, and we are underway here at Union Bank and Trust Stadium. Nick Stannert with you. Thanks for spending your Friday night with me here on 93.7 The Ticket. Luke Finley with a nice return out across the 35, makes one guy miss and gets tackled after a real nice return to start things off across the Norris Titans 45-yard line and down at the 49 of the Norris Titans. So that's where we see the Titans offense first. One of the big names to watch outside of the quarterback, Jarrett Behrens, is going to be the wide receiver number 2, a 6', 175-pound senior receiver, Alec Small, along with Kyson Gaina, who's going to be on the near side perimeter to start things. It'll be the I formation. Now they'll audible and move into the pistol. Behrens turns, tosses it left side. Getting the toss is number 4, Crew Moeller, the senior running back. Makes one guy miss with a nice stiff arm with the right arm, and he gets pushed out of bounds across the Lincoln Northwest Falcons 40-yard line, and good enough for a Norris first down. So one play and one first down and a nice 11-yard gain up to the 39-yard line of the Falcons. 1st and 10 coming up for the Norris offense. So once again, both these teams 0-2 coming into this one, as Norris had to go on the road to Scott and then hosted Gretna. They fell in both of those. Lincoln Northwest facing off against the Ralston Rams and Scotts Bluff as well. Quick pass out far side, caught on Barron's first pass of the game. And going up the middle of the field is number 3, Levi Colson, the senior, 6'1", wide out on a nice little tunnel screen up the far sideline, and then cuts back across the middle of the field inside the hash marks and is down inside the 25-yard line, just outside the red zone at the 22. So Norris, 2 plays, moving the ball with ease here early on. 11:22 to go in the first quarter. Still scoreless as we're just underway on the first possession of the ball game. Behrens turns, hands it off. Here is the running back once again, Crew Moeller, as he barrels his way forward. Another nice gain of more than 9 yards. Call it 10, maybe 9. They pushed it back just about a half a yard to the 13-yard line. Looks like he'll be about a yard short of the first down marker. And quickly, Brian Lauk will say, we got to call a timeout here. Seems like they may want to talk things over. It was a little miscommunication. Norris was jetting up to the line of scrimmage, and they were getting ready to call another play, run another play against the Falcons defense. But head coach Brian Lauk is saying, we need to take a breath. We're kind of getting ran through right now if you're the Lincoln Northwest defense, and run over, if you will. So 2nd down and 1 awaits the Norris Titans offense here in just a few moments. With that, let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. You're listening to High School Football on 93.7 The Ticket.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com. On the internet. KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
Nick Stannert back with you from Union Bank Stadium out here in Air Park grounds of Lincoln Northwest High School. A school opened up in 2022. Their first football season got cut short. And last year, in their first varsity action, they actually played the Pius X Thunderbolts on this field and fell to the Thunderbolts. Jay and I were out here for that one. Had a disappointing year last year, did the Falcons on the football field, but this year trying to right the ship under the second year of Brian Lauk. So Behrens out of the Falcons timeout, tosses it right side. Here is Moeller, escapes one tackler in the backfield and is able to just kind of lunge his way forward for a gain of 2 across that first down marker, just outside the 10-yard line and down at the 12. So move the chains. It's another first down for the Norris Titans here early on in this one. The wind has started to subside just a little bit here. It's a beautiful night for football. Not a cloud in the sky out here in West Lincoln. As Behrens comes out in the pistol, Moeller is behind him. He gets the handoff, run to the right side, stiff arms one defender, and is able to spin his way across that first down marker. It's going to be a first down for Norris. No touchdown, but Moeller was able to stiff arm number 1 of Lincoln Northwest, Elijah Watson, the 5'8" senior defensive back, and get enough for the first down. And so now we'll bring up, scratch that. They're going to say he stepped out, at the 2-yard line. So 2nd down and inches officially from the Lincoln Northwest 2-yard line. 2 wideouts near side, 1 to the top. Behrens turns, hands it off, and an easy touchdown score for number 18, J.T. Druba. The fullback, with 10:14 to go in the first quarter, gives the Norris Titans a 6-0 lead on a nice little 2-yard run off the handoff from the quarterback, Behrens. So Norris able to march right down through the field. After a kickoff return got them the ball at the 49-yard line. They go 51 yards with ease and a quick fake field goal or fake point after attempt. And it's not going to do anything as number 4, Crew Moeller, who was the holder on that snap, faked the field goal, rolled out to the near side, and tried to look towards the end zone. Nobody was home. Tried to run it across the goal line, could not get there. So with 10:14 to go, Ty Twarling tried to draw something up there after the first touchdown of the game, but no good. So it's 6-0 now, Norris ahead of the Falcons. We'll come back in 30 seconds as the Falcons get their first offensive possession of the game right here on 93.7 The Ticket.
Discover the difference that expertise and experience can make in your real estate journey with Next Ag Appraisal and Realty. Whether you need an appraisal, sales, or farm management, Next Ag comes up with a solution with your legacy and goals in mind. Next Ag isn't just their name, it's your future. So why wait? Visit their website today at www.nextagrealestate.com or give them a call at 402-380-0432 and turn your dreams into reality. Your land, your legacy, their solution. Next Ag Appraisal and Realty.
Now back to high school football on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
A 2-yard touchdown run by the senior fullback and outside linebacker J.T. Druba is able to put the Norris Titans on the board first, and they lead at 6-0 after the fake point after attempt was no good. The Norris kickoff goes through the end zone for a touchback, and it's our first look at the Lincoln Northwest offense. Their quarterback, J.J. Kopp, the senior quarterback, led the team last year under center as well, now in year 2 of varsity experience under head coach Brian Lauk. He'll have Elijah Watson to his left to start. A couple of wide receivers on the bottom, 1 to the top, as well as they start with the ball at their own 20-yard line. 1st and 10 for Lincoln Northwest. Shotgun snap to Kopp. He turns, hands it off to Watson, and immediately meets a brick wall of Norris Titans defenders. It looks like number 73 for the Norris Titans defense, Easton Bernhide, was there first to make the stop. A nice job by Norris's front four, and it's going to make it 2nd down and 12. It really feels like Lincoln Northwest may have to throw the ball if they want to stay competitive with Norris tonight. However, especially when they're in the 1st and 3rd quarters going into the win, that 12-mile-an-hour wind currently here at Union Bank and Trust Stadium might make it a little more difficult for the senior quarterback, Kopp. Shotgun set, trips out near side. They'll quickly throw it out near side. Pass is caught by number 22, Zayden Fry, as he darts up across the 20-yard line, gets a couple of yards back and then some up to the 22, maybe the 23-yard line. And that'll make it 3rd down and about 7 here on the Falcons' opening offensive possession. So the Falcons at their somewhat home field. I can see the school just off to my left side. I'm sitting here on the west side of Union Bank and Trust Stadium up here in the press box. It's a beautiful press box. But Lincoln Northwest High School, shotgun formation for Lincoln Northwest. Trips out near side. Kopp looking, throws out left side, way over the head of the intended receiver, Mason Salinger. And unfortunately for Lincoln Northwest, they go 3 and out. And so on 4th down and 7 officially, they're going to have to punt this one away. Back deep for the Norris Titans will be number 3, the senior, Levi Colson. The American flag just outside the fence here at the stadium is blowing at a decent clip, but the flags on top of the goalposts, or the uprights rather, are relatively still. A spiraling punt short, fair catch signaled for and hauled in at the 45-yard line. by Colson. So 9:14 to go in the first quarter, and a nice job offensively on their first drive by Norris, and a great job defensively by the Titans on their first possessions on the turf, and they lead at 6-0, and they'll take over at their own 45-yard line. We saw them maneuver, navigate down the field relatively smoothly their first time out here. They got the ball to start the game on their own 49-yard line after a really nice opening kickoff return. But now here they come out, empty shotgun set. Behrens, the senior quarterback, all by himself. 3 wideouts far side. He's looking left side now. A couple guys crossing across the middle, and he finds his wide receiver, number 6, Chris Gardner Jr. So Chris Gardner Jr., the junior himself, nice size to him, 6'3", 185 pounds. Ran a little crossing route alongside Crew Moeller on the other side. Behrens found number 6, Gardner, coming across the middle from far side to near side, and was able to get it to him for a Norris first down. Across the 40-yard line of Lincoln Northwest, it's Norris's 1st and 10 from the Falcons' 38-yard line. Behrens back to pass. Quick pass out through the seam, is caught by the tight end for the Titans, number 44, as he's still running down the field, Gavin Krog, and he gets inside the 15-yard line down to the 11. Gavin Krog, the senior tight end, was kind of just parked on the far hash mark, and Behrens realized that the zone defense had nowhere to go and couldn't get to him, so they found Gavin Krog, and he ran it up the far sideline for a first down. And guess what? Is similar to what Coach Lauk did in the first defensive possession for the Falcons. As soon as Norris got inside the red zone, inside the 15-yard line specifically, he calls another timeout. That's the Falcons' second of the half already. We only have about 3.5 minutes off of the game clock to this point in this one, as Norris once again driving right down the field. First drive of the game, it was mostly on the ground. This time, 2 quick, short, easy passes for the senior quarterback. Behrens gave the Titans an opportunity to get 2 first downs on 2 snaps. And so 6-0 is your score. 8:56 to go here in the first quarter. Norris leads by a touchdown, but no extra point on the first go-around. So a couple of the guys to watch on Lincoln Northwest defense is certainly their captain, one of the big guys in the middle, number 67, Brady Eichhoff. Eichhoff, a defensive tackle, a junior, 6'4", 300 pounds, kind of the man in the middle, trying to stuff things up for that front of Lincoln Northwest. But ultimately, to this point, Norris having no problems going around him. So now Behrens turns, hands it off. Quick juke move, but a nice tackle in the backfield by the Falcons defense. Coming off the edge was number 34 for Coach Lauk's defense, number 34, Cyrus Falken. F-O-C-K-E-N. Falken was able to come around off the edge, and part of that was disrupted by number 67, Brady Eichhoff, as he kind of stuffed things up the middle, and the ball carrier on that play, number 22, Noah Waddell, he had nowhere to go and had to kind of juke it outside, and guess what? Falken was right there. Quick handoff to the fullback, goes for maybe a gain of 1 up to the 10-yard line. And so now that brings up 3rd down and 9 from the 10-yard line of Lincoln Northwest. And if you're Coach Lauk of the Falcons, you're sitting here going, all right, guys, we got an opportunity to get off the field. Field goal attempt, obviously, Norris does have the wind at their back. But ultimately, after they've been able to kind of do whatever they want on offense, you have a 3rd and long coming up for the Norris offense. They'll turn, hand it off, Falken with it. He sheds 1 tackler inside the 5 and down at the 2. It looks like they're going to say his left knee touched the turf at the 2-yard line, and he'll be just about a half a yard short of that first down marker. And now it's decision time for head coach Ty Twarling of the Norris Titans. 4th down and 1 coming up from the 2-yard line. 7:23 to play, and it looks like Norris will go for it. Can't argue with the decision if you are Ty Twarling. So, I formation. JT Druba is at the fullback position. They hand it off to him. He breaks 1 tackle, trying to get across the goal line, and he will not get across the goal line. Lincoln Northwest thinks they stopped him short of the first down marker, and according to the spot, It looks like they might have. And they did. Nice job by the Lincoln Northwest defense. Number 0 for the Falcons. Caden Wood was the first man there along with Elijah Watson. And Lincoln Northwest, they stuffed the fullback, JT Druba, who got the handoff from the 2.5, maybe the 3-yard line, needed to get across about the 1.5-yard line and did not get there. So a nice job by the Lincoln Northwest Falcons forcing a turnover on downs, and now it is interesting, I think, to see what type of play call Brian Laut comes out of the huddle with for the Lincoln Northwest offense. They're going to bring in the big running back, 5'9", 221-pound Caden Wood. He also plays outside linebacker for the Falcons. He's lined up to the right hip of the quarterback, Kopp. Shotgun snap, Kopp looking to throw. Quick pass out, intercepted by the middle linebacker and return for a score. Number 44, Gavin Krog, was just floating across the middle. Kopp, the left-handed quarterback, did not even see him. And Krog waltzed on in from about 2 yards out and returned a very easy pick 6. So the Norris Titans, despite turning it over on downs, just one play before, they send their defense out there for one play, and it's a pick 6 for the Norris Titans. So now with 6:46 to go in the first quarter, it's 12-0. They'll send their offense now out for a 2-point attempt. Behrens is out there along with the running back number 4, Crew Moeller, lined up behind him, and Druba's to his left. Behrens turns, hands it off. Moeller stiff arms one defender and gets upended by a man laying on the turf. A nice job there by Caden Wood, who was laying on the turf there along with number 34, Cyrus Foken, as he was able to kind of upend him from being down on all fours on the turf, and it is no good once again. However, the Titans kind of still score, or they do score, and they make it okay as they lead 12-0 with 6:46 to go in the first quarter. We'll step aside, come back in 30 seconds right here on 93.7 The Ticket.
If you're a homeowner or a business owner, you have a lot of projects, and no one has an unlimited budget or time. Sunbelt Rentals makes all jobs less stressful with no need to purchase large equipment or hire a crew. You can do it yourself with rentals and everything from aerators and power rakes for spring yard work to stump grinders, concrete mixers, tile saws, and more. Check out their inventory in Lincoln, north of Cornhusker Highway on 56th Street, or online at sunbeltrentals.com.
Now back to high school football on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Nick Sander back with you from Union Bank and Trust Stadium here, Lincoln Northwest, as they watch that kickoff from Norris go over their heads for a touchback and send their offense back out there. By the way, folks, Next Ag Appraisal and Real Estate, your land, your legacy, our solutions. Visit nextagrealestate.com to learn how their firsthand experience can help you in valuing, managing, and selling your property. I want to thank our friends at Next Ag Appraisal and Real Estate. All right. So now, Lincoln Northwest, you're staring up at the scoreboard after turning Norris over on downs. Just one play, JJ Kopp, was out there through an interception to the middle linebacker, Gavin Krog. And here on the first play from scrimmage, they'll hand it off, fumble on the play, but they're going to mark the running back, Caden Wood, down by contact. The ball came out late, and he gets no gain on the play, so brings up second down and 10. 6.5 to go in the first quarter, 12-0 Norris. I think just to give you folks wherever you're listening from, if you're not in the stadium and listening on headphones, that interception was shorter than the one that Tommy Hill had against Colorado last Saturday. So that kind of gives you an idea of just the distance that Gavin Krog had to run. Quick pass out near side and through the hands of the wide receiver, number 4, Xavier Wells. Xavier Wells was the target, had it, touched both of his hands, and it just went right through him. It was a nice pass. Good job delivering the mail by J.J. Kopp, but ultimately, pass falls incomplete. On the coverage was Kyson Gaina for the Norris defense on the near side. 6:04 to go, third down and 10. Lincoln Northwest needing to find something on offense. Three wideouts far side, two to the near side on the shallow side of the football field. Now Kopp looking to his left. He'll scramble, roll out to the left, crosses the line of scrimmage, and just goes down without a fight just past the line of scrimmage, about 2-yard gain on the play. 4th down and 8 coming up, and Brian Lauk will say, punting unit, your turn to shine. So 5:45 to go in the first quarter, and Lincoln Northwest about to give the ball right back to the Titans. Jackson Henn will be the punter for the Lincoln Northwest Falcons. Back deep will be Levi Colson. Once again, he fair caught his first one successfully. At the 45, he's standing on the 46 currently. A nice punt this time. Fair catch signaled for and hauled in by Colson at the 41-yard line of Norris. Members Own Credit Union. Hit the road with your BFF. Explore auto loan options with advice from your best financial friend. Learn more at membersowncu.org. 12-0. Norris leads Lincoln Northwest here just over halfway through the first quarter of action. They've scored on a JT Druba 2-yard touchdown run on their first offensive drive. Then their second one stalled out, and they got turned over on downs inside the 5-yard line of Lincoln Northwest. But then on the ensuing Falcons offensive play, they threw a pick six. Quick pass out, near side caught by the slot receiver, number 26 for the Norris Titans, Evan Greenfield. Greenfield gets across midfield and inside the Lincoln Northwest 40-yard line down at the 38. 12-0 your score as the sun is starting to set behind us here on the west side of UBT Stadium in Lincoln. The lights have started to turn on, and the only reason I can see that the sun is setting because of the reflection on the bleachers on the east side of the stadium. So Behrens turns, hands it off to the running back. This is Moeller with it, bounces outside, and he did not get touched for about 13 yards as he scampered across the 30-yard line, inside the 25-yard line, and down at the 23-yard line. Crew Moeller went up the gut of that Lincoln Northwest defense. Nobody touched him as he bounced outside across the hash marks on the near side, and he finally was brought down inside the 25-yard line. 1st and 10 for Norris as they're once again similar to their previous two possessions, moving the ball with ease as they snap it back. Behrens quick pass out in the seam. It's caught. This is Gardner on the catch, and he gets across the 15-yard line inside of it, down at the 13-yard line, exactly a gain of 10, and we'll see if the officials will give them the first down. It appears that they will. So they had to call the Whitecap in there, and he officially signals first down. Norris runs an interesting type of offense where they huddle for the most part, but, man, it's a quick and abrupt huddle. They've gotten set up with at least 20 seconds on the play clock every single time. Quick pass out, far side, Behrens. It's dropped by the receiver on the perimeter, as I believe that is Levi Colson was the intended receiver on that one. Good coverage on the play there by number 6, Mason Salinger for Lincoln Northwest. And that not only brings up second down and long, which Norris hasn't been behind schedule a whole lot tonight, but for the most part, if you're Lincoln Northwest, that gives your defense a moment to breathe, because every single time Norris has gotten a first down, they're quick up to the line and up to that ball. Shotgun set. They'll turn. Fake the handoff. Behrens will keep it. Is able to outrun one defender, but then gets tackled by his shoestrings by number 1, Elijah Watson. Number 50 for Lincoln Northwest, Maddox Uhas, was in the backfield right from the get-go, but wasn't able to kind of contain the quarterback, Jarrett Behrens of Norris. It's a 2-yard gain on the play, brings up 3rd down and 8 from the 11-yard line of Lincoln Northwest. The Titans lead 12-0, pistol formation. And we have a whistle prior to the snap. And how about this? I'm pretty sure all 3 of Coach Brian Lauk's timeouts have been used. Well, first of all, in the first 9 minutes of this game. But then in addition, while Norris's offense has been in between the 10 and the 15-yard line of Lincoln Northwest. Noah Waddle was the running back there. Shorter guy, 5'6", 150 pounds. They have a really nice combination of backs where you have Crew Moeller at 6'2", 195, and then a smaller back in Waddell, 5'6", 150. I think also one of the conversations we being Jay Foreman and myself, who Jay will join me in the booth next week or 2 weeks from now because Husker football plays next Friday night. But we had the conversation last year with Lincoln Northwest. They're so young. And I remember having this conversation with Coach Lauk as well. They're so young. And there's just a lot of growth and development that needs to be there, especially when you're starting a new high school. And Norris, on the other side of it, you look at their roster, and its quarterback is a senior. Their fullback is a senior. They have multiple senior wideouts. Crew Moeller, their starting running back, senior. These are guys that are sharp, and now Lincoln Northwest jumps early, and it's going to be a neutral zone infraction or offsides, rather, on Lincoln Northwest. So move the ball up 5 more yards, and instead of 3rd and 8, it's going to be 3rd down and 3. And it was somewhat comical because the entire front defensive line, all 4 guys, jumped as they handed off. Waddell trots into the end zone. Touchdown, Norris, on a nice 6-yard touchdown run by the running back for Norris Titans, and they lead it 18-0 with 3 minutes and 8 seconds to go in the first quarter. So this one, all Norris here early on. By the way, both of these teams 0-2 as the point after is up, and it is good. So 3:08 to go in the first quarter. 19-0 is your score. Norris with an early lead over the Lincoln Northwest Falcons. Head coach Brian Lauk rallying his guys on the near sideline. We'll see if they can get something going on offense when we come back in 30 seconds right after this on 93.7 The Ticket.
It's game on at Elway Power Sports of Lincoln, Nebraska's premier Sea-Doo dealership. Score up to $300 off or a free 2-year warranty on 2024 Sea-Doo Sparks and $500 off or a free 2-year warranty on all other brand new 2024 Sea-Doos. Rule the streets on an Indian motorcycle with customer cash and trade-in credits up to $2,000 during the month of September. On or off-road, Elway Power Sports of Lincoln has you covered with a large selection of motorcycles and watercraft in stock at their new 27th and I-80 location. Hurry in, the clock is running down.
Now back to high school football on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
(19-0). Norris dominating early on, both offensively and defensively. There was one set of plays, I suppose, where Norris was not successful, and that was when they got stopped on 4th down and short. But ultimately, outside of that, it's been all Jarrett Barons and the Titans offense for head coach Ty Twarlin. So 3:08 to go, and they kick it off. This one will go through the end zone for another touchback. So now if you're head coach Brian Lauk and the Lincoln Northwest Falcons staff, you're looking for answers. J.J. Kopp, the senior quarterback. He'll trot on back out there. Elijah Watson is potentially a guy you want to get the ball in the hands of, a 5'8" senior wide receiver. Also, they bring in Caden Wood, 5'9", 221-pound running back. Short, but man, he looks strong as he lines up to the right side of J.J. Kopp. Kopp looking right, looking left, now takes the shotgun snap, turns, hands it off to the right side to Caden Wood, and he gets his way forward for a gain of 2 up to the 23-yard line. Call it a gain of 2.5, maybe 3 yards up to the 23-yard line, rather. Brings up 2nd and 7, and I can hear what Jay would be telling me if I asked him, all right, Jay, you look at the scoreboard. Norris is ahead 19-0. What do you do in this scenario if you're Lincoln Northwest? I can hear it in his voice right now just because we've worked together for a long enough time on high school games. He would tell me, Nick, they just got to figure out a couple of plays that are working, whether this is handing it off to Caden Wood, whether it's a quick pass out to some of their wide receivers on the edge, potentially a Xavier Wells, as Kopp hands it off now. This one running right side, number 22, Zayden Fry, nowhere to go, and he might have lost one on the play. But I can hear Jay once again just saying they got to figure out what's going to work, stick with it, stay on schedule, And for that first down play, when they got 3.5 yards, they did so. But unfortunately, a negative play, a negative run there by Zayden Fry moves them back 1 yard, and it makes it 3rd down and 8. You're really hamstringing your offense, and you're relying a lot on the arm of J.J. Kopp, the left-handed slinger for Lincoln Northwest, to get a first down against a more physical, bigger defense. As a pass out near side is caught for a first down. Nice job by Lincoln Northwest as they find Xavier Wells, the sophomore, 5'11", 145-pound sophomore wide receiver. He dropped one in the similar spot, which would have been good for a first down just a few plays ago. But now he gets another crack at it wearing some bright neon green shoes, and he tiptoed the sideline for a first down up to the 34-yard line. 1st and 10 for Lincoln Northwest as they trail 19-0, 2:13 to go in the first quarter. One wide out each side. They motion a man from left to right. They fake the jet sweep. Now Kopp will keep it and lower his shoulder, get a gain of 1 yard up to the 36-yard line. Brings up 2nd down and 9. 2nd down and 9 for Lincoln Northwest's offense. Norris lost on the road at Scott and then lost to Gretna at home last weekend. They're 0-2 on the season. Lincoln Northwest fell to the Ralston Rams and Scotts Bluff Bearcats in their first 2 weeks of the season. So 2 teams looking for their first win of the campaign. 2nd down and 9. Kopp back to pass. Quick pass out down the seam. And nice hit by Gavin Kropp as he leveled number 22, Zayden Fry, as they tried a quick pass on the hash marks there intended for Fry. And number 44, Gavin Krog, laid out Fry on the hash mark. And it's 3rd down and 9 with 1:23 to go in the first quarter. So trips out to the far side, one running back to Kopp's left, one wide out to the near side as well. Kopp back to pass, looking near side on a deep route, and it is almost intercepted by number 8 for the Norris Titans, Kyson Gaina. He was in coverage of the intended receiver, Mason Salinger. And with that incomplete pass, it is now 4th down and 9. And number 42 for Lincoln Northwest, the punter, Jackson Henn, will trot back out onto the field to punt this one back to the Titans. The ball is placed currently at the 36-yard line. The punt returner, Levi Colson, is parked at the Titans' 32. It's a line drive kick, fielded off of one hop. He'll return this one after fair catch in the first 2. Has an opening across midfield, inside the 40, inside the 30, as Colson inside the 20, inside the 10, and touchdown for a moment. But there is a penalty marker thrown back on the Lincoln Northwest sideline at the 43-yard line. This could be 2 different things. It could be something on Norris, obviously, but understanding where the penalty flag is, I wouldn't be surprised if this was something along the sideline. However, for the moment, Levi Colson's punt return for a touchdown stands. It's going to be a personal foul against the Titans, so the punt return for a touchdown by Colson will get taken off the scoreboard, and we'll march back towards the Norris side of the 50. The penalty flag was thrown at the around the 41, 42-yard line. It looks like they're going to start counting from the 40. The initial call was a personal foul, and it looks like they are going to have it marked down at the 40-yard line. So that makes the ball placed at the Norris 45-yard line after the foul occurred at the Lincoln Northwest 40. So Levi Colson was standing at his own 32-yard line, fielded the line drive punt off of the bounce, and shot up the middle of the field before bouncing out to the near sideline and went across the goal line for a score. But thanks to the personal foul, it's wiped off the scoreboard. Quick snap. Barons, quick pass out near side, caught by Alex Small. Across the 40-yard line, they get that personal foul yardage right back as he gets it inside the 40 down at the 36-yard line of Lincoln Northwest. And it's a first down on the first play of the drive for the Norris Titans. We're inside a minute to go in the first quarter here, 51 seconds and counting. Alex Small, the junior wide receiver, was the receiver on that play. Now he lines up against the near sideline, right in front of Lincoln Northwest head coach Brian Lauk. Pistol formation. They turn, toss it out right side. This is Crew Moeller with it, trying to get out wide. Does so, turns the corner inside the 30, and shoved out of bounds by Lincoln Northwest. And number 35 for the Falcons defense, Caden McClanahan, as he shoves him out of bounds, but not until he gets a gain of 8 yards. It looked like for a moment Crew Moeller was going to be stopped for a loss of 2, 3, maybe even 5 yards, but he was able to get to the corner on the far sideline, ran quite a bit of east to west action, and then he was able to turn the corner up the far sideline and get a gain of 8 yards. So now pistol formation once again, 3 wideouts near side, 1 to the top for Behrens. He turns, takes the snap, looking downfield, pass is hauled in inside the 10 by Chris Gardner Jr. He stumbles out of bounds, but Gardner Jr. able to haul in a nice ball from Jarrett Behrens, the quarterback, on the near sideline, and inside the 10-yard line. It'll be first and goal from the 7 for the Norris Titans offense with 22 seconds to go in the first quarter. So Norris breaks the huddle. Luke Finley will be on the near sideline. He'll be the receiver. They'll turn, hand it off. Crew Moeller shoots up the gap and bulldozes his way forward across the 5 before being tackled inside the 3 and down at the 2 by number 35. Number 35, Caden McClanahan, the middle linebacker for Lincoln Northwest. But before we have a second down and goal snap, we'll have the end of the first quarter. Your score after 1 quarter of play, Norris 19, Lincoln Northwest 0. The Titans are on the doorstep of making this a 20-plus margin when we come back in 60 seconds on 93.7 The Ticket.
Hey, bestie! Whoa, how'd you snag that awesome set of wheels? I'm in the market for a new car, too. My friends at Members Own Credit Union. You're always in the driver's seat when it comes to your finances at Members Own. Always in the driver's seat, huh? Yep. They set you up with a loan that makes sense for your budget with great rates and top-notch customer service to boot. Looks like we're going to need to make a pit stop. Let's go. I'll drive. Hit the road to financial success and explore auto loan options with your best financial friend, Members Own Credit Union. For details, go to membersowncu.org/drive. Federally insured by the NCUA.
In today's digital landscape, the security of your business is non-negotiable. That's why you need better cybersecurity solutions. At Hamilton, we make it our business to protect your network, data, and digital assets with the latest in cybersecurity technology. Our dedicated team of experts has the technology in place to protect what matters most to you and your business. Stay ahead of cyber threats with better cybersecurity protection. Hire Hamilton at hamiltonisbusiness.com.
Now back to high school football on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Put 12 minutes on the game clock as we start the second quarter of play here from UBT Stadium. Second down and goal for Norris, who leads Lincoln Northwest 19-0 after 1 quarter of play. Behrens will be in the pistol with Moeller lined up behind him. Behrens turns. He tosses out left side, an inaccurate toss. It was a fumble on the play for a moment. Behrens might have gotten hit by the defender for Lincoln Northwest, number 17, Xander Gearing. As soon as he let go of that ball, the toss was just a tad short at the feet of Crew Moeller, who just had to pounce on it back around the 6-yard line. So a loss of 4 yards on the play brings up third down and goal from the 7. Now here, once again, you have an opportunity if you're Brian Lauk's defense for Lincoln Northwest saying, guys, get off the field here. 11:43 to go in the second quarter. Behrens turns, fakes the handoff, rolls out to the right side. Pass caught in up the seam, and across the goal line they go. Touchdown, Norris, and they extend their lead to 25 with 11:35 to go in the second quarter. It appeared that it was I was about to say 24, Shane Holland, the 6'2 sophomore, on a quick out route up the near side, and he is able to haul in the pass from Behrens for the score. So with 11:35 to go in the second quarter, it's 26-0. And we have Lincoln Northwest offense coming up in just 30 seconds on 93.7 The Ticket.
Empower a child today with the Teammates Mentoring Program. Hope is only a conversation away when you choose to share your talent, time, and heart with a child. Together, you can build a relationship based on strengths and chart a brighter future, 1 week at a time. Find out how you can be a mentor by visiting LincolnTeammates.org. Become what you needed as a kid by joining the Teammates Mentoring Program today.
Now back to high school football on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
26-0 your score with 11:35 to go in the second quarter. Norris leads the Lincoln Northwest Falcons here on 93.7 The Ticket, theticketfm.com. Norris getting ready to kick things off. They'll have to kick into the wind towards the south end zone here in quarter number 2. Lincoln Northwest struggling to get 11 guys on the field. Now they 4, 7, 9, 11. Now they got 11 on there, as they had to jog their 11th out there real quickly. And the kickoff for Norris, it's going to be short. It'll be returnable for Lincoln Northwest as they field it inside the 5-yard line. Here is number 3, Chris Hill. And we have a penalty flag on the play right at where Hill was tackled. There's also one laying out at the 30-yard line. And so we'll see what they're for. 11:28 to go in the second quarter. Waiting on the official call, personal foul, face mask on the Norris Titans. So now it'll be an additional 15 yards from the spot of the foul, which means it occurred, it looks like, at the 21. So approximately the 36-yard line or so is where we'll go with this football. So not bad field position. Pretty good spot for Lincoln Northwest, as they will have the wind at their back, blowing about 10 to 12 miles per hour consistently here at Union Bank Stadium. J.J. Kopp will be the quarterback still, number 15, a little bit of a shorter fella. I'd approximate probably 5'8", 5'9" maybe, same height as the guy lined up to his right hip, Caden Wood, the junior running back. Kopp claps his hands it off to Caden Wood, who gets taken down right at the line of scrimmage. Maybe got a half a yard on that play, across the 35-yard line down at the 36. Second down and 9 coming up for Lincoln Northwest. 11-12 to play in the first half. Nick Sainert with you from Union Bank Stadium. 26-0, Norris. Feels like they've barely been on the field defensively. Their offense, however, hasn't necessarily been on the field either a whole lot, because they've marched down every single time they've had the ball offensively. Fumble on the snap, and now Kopp just has to fall on it back at the 25-yard line. I think they're going to give him the forward progress spot at the 26. So now loss of 11 on the botched snap, and it's now 3rd down and a mile. 3rd down and 20 officially. They'll have to get to the 46-yard line. They're sitting there at the 26 with 10:21 to play in the first half. This will be Union Bank Stadium, the site of the Lincoln Youth Football Championships this season. Normally at Seacrest, this year having them at Union Bank Stadium. As Kopp, back to pass, empty shotgun set, rolls out to his left, getting chased by 3 Norris Titans defenders, has nowhere to go with it, and he gets spun around, thrown down out of bounds by Gavin Krog. Well short of the first down, as Kopp had to just give himself up there at the 28-yard line, so only a gain of 2 on that play. It's going to bring up 4th down and 18, and another Lincoln Northwest punt coming up for the Falcons. Levi Colson, who had the punt return for a touchdown taken off the scoreboard thanks to a personal foul penalty on Norris just a few moments ago. He stands back at his own 32. Short punt, high punt, and it takes a friendly Northwest bounce. Now fielded off the hop by Colson. He sheds one tackler, getting out to the far side, but is able to break another. Now rolls through another guy and thrown out of bounds finally across the 45-yard line. He's taken out of bounds that time by number 31, Sincere Jones. Sincere, the 5'6", 150-pound senior. He was able to make the tackle on the punt returner Colson there at the 46-yard line of Norris. So I would call it a 16-yard return. A nice punt there by Lincoln Northwest with a little help from the wind. And with 9:45 to go in the first half, Norris with a 26-point lead takes over. 1st and 10 from their own 46-yard line. Jarrett Behrens in the pistol, turns, fakes the handoff, looking right side. Quick pass out to Gardner Jr. It's well out of his reach, and it is incomplete. In on the coverage for Lincoln Northwest was number 17, Xander Gearing, the 6'1 junior. Chris Gardner poses some matchup problems potentially. 6'3", 185, runs really well, a multi-sport athlete, plays some basketball as well. I remember watching him when Norris was in the state tournament last spring at Pinnacle Bank Arena. They'll turn, hand it off. Crew Moeller trying to shed a tackler, not able to do so. A nice tackle in the backfield. That was number 85, Jamar Clark. Nice job by Clark, stuff in the middle, and he got Crew Moeller down for a loss of 3 yards. So now 3rd down and 13. This is similar to what we said about Lincoln Northwest's offense, how they need to stay on schedule or ahead of it. They need to figure out a way to disrupt the schedule of the Norris Titans offense, and this is really the first time that they've done so. 3rd down and 13. 3 wideouts near side, 1 to the far. 1 high safety for Lincoln Northwest. Behrens back to pass. Screen play, dumps it off. Here's Moeller. He stiff arms one defender, barrels his way across the 50-yard line, and it's going to be a nice gain of maybe 9 yards or so. Brings up 4th down and 4. And it looks like head coach Ty Twarlin will trot the punting team out onto the field. So good job there by Lincoln Northwest to get a stop. On 3rd down and 13, they allow a 9-yard screen play to happen on 3rd down and long, but they had 4 extra yards to work with as well. 4th and 4, they snap it, and it looks like it's going to be a very short pooch punt there. Fair catch signaled for. It takes a Lincoln Northwest bounce back and down at the 17-yard line. So the punter on the play there, number 26 for the Norris Titans, Evan Greenfield, almost looked like he was going to take off and run with it, but ultimately started jogging towards this Lincoln Northwest sideline as he's a right-footed punter. And he allowed his coverage men to get down near the punt returner on the play, and then he punted that one away and was able to down it inside the 20. 8:04 to go, 17-yard lines where we start with Lincoln Northwest. So they'll jog J.J. Kopp back out onto the field. 2 running backs each side. Darion Smith and Caden Wood. Kopp in the middle of each of those. They'll turn, hand it off Wood. Wood tries to just barrel his way across a couple of Norris defenders. Doesn't do so all that successfully, but gets a yard, maybe a yard and a half across the 18-yard line down at the 19. 2nd down and 8. Scoreboard reads 2nd down and 9, but 2nd down and 8 is where they got the ball spotted. 7:36 to play in the first half. 26-0 Norris leads. 2nd down and 8. Shotgun formation, 2 wideouts near side. They turn, hand it off, trying to juke his way through a couple of big-bodied Norris defenders. Unable to do so was Wood. And looks like he was tackled by, once again, 44 Gavin Krog, along with potentially number 56 Carson Bell, the sophomore, 6'4" defensive tackle. That's another thing that we can look at, just the sheer size differential between these two teams. You have multiple guys over 6'2", over 6'1" on the Norris Titans side. Not many over 6'1" on Lincoln Northwest roster. Quick pass out near far side, and the intended receiver, Xavier Wells, wasn't even ready for it. And on 3rd down and 8, it's an incomplete pass for Lincoln Northwest, and they got to punt this one away right back to the Titans offense. So Levi Colson will trot back out there. He'll be the punt returner once again. He's parked at his own 43-yard line. The ball is spotted at the Lincoln Northwest 19. We're just under halfway through this second quarter. 6:43 to play until the halftime break. So they'll send two punt returners out there now. Colson, along with his teammate who fields it, number 24, Shane Holen. He is able to get some running room across midfield inside the 45-yard, down at the 32. So Holen fielded that one around his own 45-yard line, scampered across midfield inside the 40 of Lincoln Northwest and down at the 33-yard line. You go back to that play on 4th and 4 where Ty Twarling decided to punt things away, and you might have sat there and said, man, you're up 26-0. You got some room to play with potentially. You have the momentum. Why not try to go for it? Well, he had faith in his defense that they'd get a stop, and obviously in his special teams as well. And ultimately, it paid off because now you start a possession, 1st and 10 at the visiting 33-yard line, the opponent's 33-yard line. They turn, hand it off. Here's Moeller, spins around, is able to break out of one tackle before number 67 of Lincoln Northwest, Brady Eichhoff, is able to spin him around and down. Gain of 1 on the play for Crew Moeller. Makes it 2nd down and 9, 6:14 to play in the first half. By the way, folks, from lawn and landscape equipment to hand tools, pressure washers, portable generators, and more, Sunbelt Rentals makes it easy to get what you need when you need it. SunbeltRentals.com. Before second down snap, we have a whistle. Looks like the officials are conferring about something. Looks like they had to check with a guy, a defensive end for Lincoln Northwest. Looks to be good to go. And so getting ready to start second down and 9 just in a moment. Behrens takes the snap, tosses left side. Here's Moeller running left side. He has a lot of running room, bursts up across the 25-yard line inside the 20 and down at the 18-yard line. Gain of 14 yards on 2nd down and 9. Makes it a Norris Titans first down for Crew Moeller, who's been a workhorse tonight so far and through about a quarter and a half of football. 5:45 and counting to go in the first half. 26-0 is your score. Ball is on the 18-yard line of Lincoln Northwest. 1st and 10 for Behrens and company. He tosses now right side. Here is Moeller once again. Sheds one ankle tackle. Breaks another one inside the 5. Runs into his own teammate. Blocking down on the perimeter inside the 5. He ran in to, I believe that was number 21, DeMonte Carter. He ran into him, number 24, Shane Holen, as he was blocking somebody along the edge outside of the numbers and kind of spun around and down inside the 5 at the 4, and it's 1st and goal for the Norris Titans. One wide out near side, that is Holen. 2 wide outs far side, and Moeller is behind Behrens. They turn, hand it off. Moeller jukes out left side, tries to get some running room, lowers the shoulder, and he is in. Crew Moeller from 5 yards out gives the Titans a 32-point lead, as with 4:55 to go until halftime, Norris leads Lincoln Northwest 32-0. So Norris used a lot of running, the ground attack, to carve up the Lincoln Northwest defense there, as with 4:55 to go, they'll attempt the point after. It is up, and it is good. 4:55 to go in the first half of play. It's Norris 33, Lincoln Northwest 0. Coming up next, we'll have Lincoln Northwest on offense in 30 seconds on 93.7 The Ticket.
Discover the difference that expertise and experience can make in your real estate journey with Next Ag Appraisal and Realty. Whether you need an appraisal, sales, or farm management, Next Ag comes up with a solution with your legacy and goals in mind. Next Ag isn't just their name, it's your future. So why wait? Visit their website today at www.nextagrealestate.com or give them a call at 402-380-0432 and turn your dreams into reality. Your land, your legacy, their solution. Next Ag Appraisal and Realty.
Now back to high school football on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Sitting on the west side of Union Bank Stadium, the home side, where the press box is at, man, it feels like the balloon has been deflated here as Lincoln Northwest trails 33-0 to the Norris Titans as Crew Moeller scampered in from 5 yards out, and it's going to be a touchback for Lincoln Northwest. They got lucky there because that ball bounced at about the 1 yard line. The kick returner on the play for Lincoln Northwest, number 4, Xavier Wells, just kind of started jogging back to the sidelines. The officials did not signal touchback just quite yet because that ball initially took a Norris Titans friendly bounce back into the field of play. It would have been essentially a long onside kick, up 33, an unintentional onside kick because Norris would have been able to hop on it, but fortunately enough for the Falcons, it bounces into the end zone for a touchback. So 1st and 10 from the 20-yard line, and it's J.J. Kopp's turn with the Falcons offense. Kopp, shotgun set, 2 wideouts each side. Running back is Caden Wood. Quick pass out far side, and catching it on a knee was the receiver out the far side, and that is number 4, Xavier Wells. He had to drop down to a knee to catch it because that ball just didn't have a whole lot of juice on it. 4:39 to go in the first half, 2nd down to 9 from the 21-yard line after the gain of 1. Lincoln Northwest just 6 points scored all season long. They unfortunately got shut out against Ralston 44-0. Scotts Bluff beat them on the road 64-6. And now, with 4:11 left until halftime, here comes Kopp trying to take a shot, and the pass is going to be intercepted, taken away as the Norris Titans get their 2nd interception of the game. Kyson Gaina going the other way, gets taken down by his left ankle by Caden Wood at the 40-yard line of Lincoln Northwest, and Norris gets another turnover with 3:57 to go in the first half and a 33-point lead. J.J. Kopp, 2nd INT for him as he tried to chuck it up deep down the middle to number 4, his go-to target so far tonight, Xavier Wells. And there were 3 Norris defenders on Wells, and Kyson Gaina was the one that came up with the INT. So he returns it up across midfield and across the 40-yard line of Lincoln Northwest and down at the 39-yard line. So 1st and 10 from the 39, and that's where things start up for Norris on offense. Behrens, the starting quarterback, still out there. Pistol formation, they send a man in motion. They jet sweep, and nice block on the edge by Gardner Jr. Now the ball carrier, this is Luke Finley with it. Bounces outside, makes 2 guys miss. How about that by Luke Finley? Inside the 25-yard line, down at the 21. Gain of 18 on the play. Penalty flag flies in just a little bit later, and we're going to see what this call is. If Norris and Luke Finley's 18-yard carry, if it stays. And it'll actually go as a reception because it was a forward pass on the jet toss. And it looks like they're going to pick it up. So they're going to pick up the penalty flag, so it stands. And they're going to mark it a 19-yard carry, or reception rather, to Luke Finley. They'll mark it at the 20-yard line. 1st down and 10 from the 20. Norris leads 33-0, 3:47 to go until halftime. The lights are fully shining on Union Bank Stadium here tonight. 33-0 is your score. Norris leading the Lincoln Northwest Falcons. Behrens back to pass, 3-step drop, pass out to the flat, caught by Moeller. Moeller lowers his shoulder across the 15-yard line, down at the 14 for a gain of 6. 2nd down and 4 coming up. You see, from my standpoint here, Interstate 80 just off to my right side, south of the stadium. The lights on the semi-trucks driving, then Lincoln Northwest to my left, the high school lit up as well. Beautiful night for football. It was 82 degrees at kickoff. It's cooled off just a little bit. We're sitting at 79. Quick pass out now, far side. This is Gardner Jr. with it. Bounces outside, stiff arms one defender, and is finally wrestled down inside the 5 at the 3. Brings up 1st down and goal for the Norris Titans, who are on the doorstep of adding another touchdown. JT Druba got the scoring started for Norris back in the first quarter on a 2-yard fullback carry. And then it was immediately a pick six by the middle linebacker, Gavin Krog. The 6'2 senior was just kind of floating over the middle and picked off J.J. Kopp. Barons in the shotgun. Now they'll move to the pistol. Moeller behind him. They'll toss it out right side. Here's Crew Moeller, and he will jog in for another touchdown for the moment because there's a penalty flag on the play back at the 9-yard line. And it'll be a hold on Norris. So take away the touchdown for Crew Moeller. And we'll move this baby back, and it'll be another 1st and goal coming up for Norris. 2:23 to play in the second quarter. 33 to zilch. 33-0. Norris with a big lead. So the ball will now be placed at the 16-yard line. The foul occurred, obviously, at the 6-yard line. So move it back 10 yards, and it'll be 1st down and goal from the 16. So they start the clock up, 2:18 to play in the second quarter. 33-0 is your score. Pistol formation, Barons with Moeller behind him, and they get the defense to jump for the second time today. So another penalty flag, as that will get half of those holding penalty yards back. And so they'll move it up to the 11-yard line, and it'll be 1st down and goal from the 11. So what started as 1st and goal from the 6 and a Crew Moeller touchdown now made it a 1st and goal from the 16, but then a defensive offsides penalty. And now it's 1st and goal from the 11 with 2:04 to play and counting. Barons, the quarterback, takes the snap, turns, hands it off. Here's Moeller trying to navigate his way through the middle, and he just is able to wrestle, barrel his way down there inside the 5, down at the 3, it appears. Gain of 8, where he just kind of ran into the mess, the barrage of purple jerseys, and was still able to get 8 yards. That's that big body of 6'2", 195-pound Crew Moeller. 1:27 to go in the first half. Titans are on the doorstep on 2nd down and goal from the 3. Barons motions a guy out far side. Moeller behind him. They turn, toss it, rather fake the toss. Barons passes across the middle. Touchdown! Norris, says number 32 for the Titans. Griffin Holes, the junior, is able to score his first touchdown of the game. It comes with 1:12 on the game clock in the second quarter, and the Titans now lead 39-0. So Barons faked the toss out right side to Crew Moeller, spun around, was getting pressured off the left side by Lincoln Northwest, but was able to stay cool, calm, and composed and found Holes across the middle, just camped out in the middle of the end zone. The extra point is up and good, and with 1:12 to play in the first half, it is 40-0. All Norris Titans here in this one. We'll step aside, come back in 60 seconds on 93.7 The Ticket.
If you're a homeowner or a business owner, you have a lot of projects, and no one has an unlimited budget or time. Sunbelt Rentals makes all jobs less stressful with no need to purchase large equipment or hire a crew. You can do it yourself with rentals and everything from aerators and power rakes for spring yard work to stump grinders, concrete mixers, tile saws, and more. Check out their inventory in Lincoln, north of Cornhusker Highway on 56th Street, or online at sunbeltrentals.com.
It's game on at Elway Power Sports of Lincoln, Nebraska's premier Sea-Doo dealership. Score up to $300 off or a free 2-year warranty on 2024 Sea-Doo Sparks and $500 off or a free 2-year warranty on all other brand new 2024 Sea-Doos. Rule the streets on an Indian motorcycle with customer cash and trade-in credits up to $2,000 during the month of September. On or off-road, Elway Power Sports of Lincoln has you covered with a large selection of motorcycles and watercraft in stock at their new 27th and I-80 location. Hurry in, the clock is running down.
Now back to high school football on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Nick Sander back with you from Union Bank Stadium out here, Air Park. on the property of Lincoln Northwest High School. 93.7 The Ticket, theticketfm.com. The Norris Titans kickoff returned out to the 30-yard line there by Chris Hill of the Falcons. So 1st and 10 coming up for Kopp and the Falcons offense here with 1:06 to play until the halftime break. One running back to his left. They turn, hand it off. This is Caden Brown with it, trying to bounce outside now, cuts back inside. Nice gain of 3 yards on the play across the 30 and down at the 33-yard line. 55 seconds and counting remaining here in the second quarter. The Titans lead 40-0 over Lincoln Northwest. $37 seconds, 15 seconds on the play clock as they now break the huddle. Kopp with the running back out to his left, one wide out each side. Tight end also on each side as well. So now Kopp takes the snap, hands it off, and being spun around and thrown down by Gavin Krog was number 31 for the Falcons, Sincere Jones. There's 12 seconds on the game clock and counting. I think head coach Brian Lauk may just let this one expire and bring his guys into the halftime locker room. So now adjustment time for both sides, not for Norris a whole lot as they lead at 40-0 at the break. Lincoln Northwest trying to look for answers as they trail 40-0 against the Norris Titans. We'll come back in just a few minutes with a halftime show, give you some thoughts from the first half, and then some right here from Union Bank Stadium. It's halftime here at UBT Stadium. Norris leads 40-0 over Lincoln Northwest on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Hey, bestie! Whoa, how'd you snag that awesome set of wheels? I'm in the market for a new car, too. My friends at Members Own Credit Union. You're always in the driver's seat when it comes to your finances at Members Own.
Always in the driver's seat, huh?
Yep. They set you up with a loan that makes sense for your budget with great rates and top-notch customer service to boot.
Looks like we're going to need to make a pit stop.
Let's go. I'll drive. Hit the road to financial success and explore auto loan options with your best financial friend, Members Own Credit Union. For details, go to membersowncu.org/drive. Federally insured by the NCUA.
Empower a child today with the Teammates Mentoring Program. Hope is only a conversation away when you choose to share your talent, time, and heart with a child. Together, you can build a relationship based on strengths and chart a brighter future, 1 week at a time. Find out how you can be a mentor by visiting LincolnTeammates.org. Become what you needed as a kid by joining the Teammates Mentoring Program today.
In today's digital landscape, the security of your business is non-negotiable. That's why you need better cybersecurity solutions. At Hamilton, we make it our business to protect your network, data, and digital assets with the latest in cybersecurity technology. Our dedicated team of experts has the technology in place to protect what matters most to you and your business. Stay ahead of cyber threats with better cybersecurity protection. Hire Hamilton at hamiltonisbusiness.com.
At Jimmy John's, we don't make sandwiches. We make the sandwich of sandwiches. We use fresh veggies because we don't hate salads. We just feel bad for them. We make our sandwiches exactly how you want because you're the one who's eating it. And we bake bread all day, every day because stale bread isn't bread. It's croutons. Sandwich history is written by the victors. Good thing we have legible handwriting. Jimmy John's, the sandwich of sandwiches. Order pickup or delivery on the app.
Big box stores are tempting for buying equipment for your high schooler in sports or for yourself in your sports leisures. But buying new is awfully expensive. Why not go somewhere with new and used options? Play It Again Sports is quality, slightly to gently used equipment, and 50% of their inventory is actually new equipment. And it's more than baseball, softball, and golf. They also have equipment for disc golf, fitness, hockey, and more. Plus, they're always buying products. Bring your gear you're done with and get trade money on the spot. Play It Again Sports at 48th and Vine.
Where will your path take you, traveler? To seek fortune in a new career? Or on a journey to distant lands for a well-deserved vacation? Wherever you go, one distraction could spell disaster. You can change your fate, adventurer. Don't drive distracted. Paid for by the NDOT Highway Safety Office.
Escape the ordinary gym experience and unlock a new you with 3 Pillars Performance. Whether you're a high school athlete, college student, or former athlete, 3 Pillars Performance's state-of-the-art facility and certified trainers are dedicated to helping you achieve your fitness goals. Join a community that helps you get leaner, stronger, and move better than you ever have before. Visit 3 Pillars Performance online at 3pillarsperformance.com or in person at 5620 South 49th Street in Lincoln. Maximize your athletic potential with 3 Pillars Performance today.
Discover the difference that expertise and experience can make in your real estate journey with Next Ag Appraisal and Realty. Whether you need an appraisal, sales, or farm management, Next Ag comes up with a solution with your legacy and goals in mind. Next Ag isn't just their name, it's your future. So why wait? Visit their website today at www.nextagrealestate.com or give them a call at 402-380-0432 and turn your dreams into reality. Your land, your legacy, their solutions. Next Ag Appraisal and Realty.
At Union Bank, people don't have your money. Your money has people. First home people, investment people, people who answer the phone and your chats, dream car people, dream retirement people, driving your dream car in your dream retirement people, small business people, credit card people, and all the other people you need. At Union Bank, our people help you do more than you dreamed possible. So stop in and say hello. We can't wait to see you. Union Bank and Trust, member FDIC.
If you're a homeowner or a business owner, you have a lot of projects, and no one has an unlimited budget or time. Sunbelt Rentals makes all jobs less stressful with no need to purchase large equipment or hire a crew. You can do it yourself with rentals in everything from aerators and power rakes for spring yard work to stump grinders, concrete mixers, tile saws, and more. Check out their inventory in Lincoln, north of Cornhusker Highway on 56th Street, or online at sunbeltrentals.com.
It's game on at Elway Power Sports of Lincoln, Nebraska's premier Sea-Doo dealership. Score up to $300 off or a free 2-year warranty on 2024 Sea-Doo Sparks and $500 off or a free 2-year warranty on all other brand new 2024 Sea-Doos. Rule the streets on an Indian motorcycle with customer cash and trade-in credits up to $2,000 during the month of September. On or off-road, Elway Power Sports of Lincoln has you covered with a large selection of motorcycles and watercraft in stock at their new 27th and I-80 location. Hurry in, the clock is running down.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com. On the internet, KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
Early break.
This is the group chat of the three-legged stool.
1 minute into the game.
Yep.
Jake Sorensen. Dolphins offense looks like feces. 1 minute into the season. 14-0 Jacksonville. Season over. Yeah, and I said, maybe next year, Jake. That's been my motto for 33 years. It gets better. Finn's down 17-7 at half. There is someone booing in Brewski's. That someone is me.
I didn't see that one. That's funny.
That was funny.
That's funny.
That meltdown was unbelievable. You were 1 minute into the season.
It was startling.
Early break from 6 to 8 every weekday morning on 93.7 The Ticket.
Mario fue pintor más de 30 años. Cuando me dijo que se le estaban olvidando las cosas, fue difícil. Un día me dijeron que pintara el marco del lado por dentro y pinté el lado de afuera.
Yo le diría a la gente que le diga a su familia lo que está pasando con él.
Si algo se nota diferente, podría ser Alzheimer. Es momento de hablarlo. Visita alz.org/nuestras historias para saber más. Un mensaje de The Alzheimer's Association y The Ad Council.
Now back to high school football on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Welcome back into Union Bank Stadium out here, Air Park, West Lincoln. Nick Sainer with you at the break. Norris, all Norris Titans through 2 quarters of play. They lead Lincoln Northwest 40-0, pitching a shutout through 24 minutes of game time. And it's been all Norris. Been a nice job offensively by the Titans. Nice job commanding the offense by their quarterback, Jarrett Behrens. They got the scoring started on a 2-yard fullback dive by JT Druba. Then immediately after that, it was a 3-and-out for Lincoln Northwest on their first offensive possession of the game. But then they punted that one away. Norris had no problem driving inside the 10-yard line, inside the red zone against Lincoln Northwest defense again. But then that was the first time really that Norris was behind schedule, was once they got inside the 10-yard line. They got down, it was 3rd and 9, I believe, from the 11-yard line. And it was really the first time I think that Norris faced a 3rd down play. And then also on that play, they got about a yard away from the first down marker. And at that point, when it was 6-0, Ty Twarling said, we're going to go for it and see if we can, really extend our lead there. And Lincoln Northwest was able to stop them. They stopped on the carry by Crew Moeller. They upended him at the line of scrimmage by a nice couple of defensive players there. But ultimately then on the ensuing Lincoln Northwest snap, the very next play from scrimmage, Lincoln Northwest was on offense. J.J. Kopp found Gavin Krog across the middle. The only problem with that was that Gavin Krog was the middle linebacker for the Norris defense. He was able to pick that one off from Kopp and trot on into the end zone from about 2 yards out. And so that extended the Norris lead at that point. And then ever since then, it's been all Crew Moeller. We had a touchdown there at the end of the first half on a pass from Behrens to Griffin Holes as well. But nonetheless, it's been very little offensive production for the Falcons. A lot of offensive and defensive success for the Norris Titans as they lead 40-0. In the second half, to start at least, we will have a 35-point running clock. And so this is a rule from the 2024 rule book, 35-point running clock rule in all classes. The running clock used for regular season and playoff games for whenever a 35-point differential is in score. And here's the kicker, is reached after the first half. So Norris could have been up 70-0 after the first quarter of play, but ultimately until that second half begins, you will not have a running clock. The normal clock operating and timing procedures do resume if the point differential is reduced to fewer than 35 points. So if Lincoln Northwest, who will get the ball first to start here, if they get a touchdown, it's really a touchdown because the field goal would still be above 35-point differential. If they get a touchdown, we go back to the normal clock operating rules. The clock, however, just for context, will run continuously except for these following times. When teams call timeouts, during the break between the third and the fourth quarter, understandably, it'll stop after a score, but then it'll restart once again on the kickoff. During a penalty conversation with the officials, it'll stop. If there's an extended injury and if the coach comes on the field, the clock will stop. And then anytime the officials deem that, hey, we need to stop the clock for various other reasons. And then here's this one too. This is an option for coaches. Don't see it a whole lot, and I don't expect to see it from Brian Laux guys. A period may be shortened in any emergency by agreement of the opposing coaches and the referee. Mutual agreement of the opposing coaches and the referee. Any remaining period may be shortened at any time, or the game could also be terminated. But here you're sitting here. Norris leads 40-0, so they'll start out with a running clock, and we'll see if Ty Twarling elects to keep his guys out there and his guys being the starters. Will we see the quarterback, Jarrett Behrens, the 6'3 senior, back out there? I would assume so for at least a couple of possessions, and Crew Moeller as well out there. But ultimately, there's a little over 3.5 minutes until we get going with quarter number 3. Let's get you updated on some scores in college football. There's a couple intriguing games going on currently in Division I college football. Down in Manhattan, Kansas State, 14th ranked Kansas State, leads 20th ranked Arizona at home, 14-7 with 2 minutes to go in the first half there. In Lawrence, Kansas, well, actually, this one is being played at Sporting KC's field down there in just outside of Kansas City because of obviously the renovations happening in Lawrence at the University of Kansas and their football facilities. They are playing at Sporting Kansas City, the soccer team's field today. Kansas leads UNLV 17-16. But I tell you what, folks, UNLV has been bailed out a couple of times by a couple of nice plays by their guys. But more importantly, so obviously Devin Neal, who is the running back for Kansas, had a nice day so far. 7.5 to go, by the way, in the third quarter in this game. Devin Neal, 17 carries for 102 yards. However, Jalen Daniels, an experienced quarterback, it was a big deal when he announced during the offseason that he was going to return to Lance Leipold's Kansas Jayhawks. He currently, through the season, he threw another interception tonight. And here already through just 2.5 games has 6 interceptions on the season, 3 touchdown passes, and 6 interceptions on the year. He had 3 INTs last week against Illinois in a 23-17 loss. And now against UNLV, Jalen Daniels has 2 INTs to make his season total 6. So there's your update on a couple of them. Last night, Arizona State was able to knock off Texas State on the road. How about that? Can you imagine Arizona State going to Bobcat Stadium down in San Marcos, Texas, and they knocked off Texas State 31-28. And another kind of crazy score elsewhere, not teams of intrigue by any means, but South Alabama put up 87 points last game against Northwestern State on Thursday night. They beat Northwestern State 87-10. It was 24-10 after the first quarter, but then they shut Northwestern State out the rest of the game in second, third, and fourth quarters. And South Alabama put up 24 in the first, 28 apiece in the second and third quarters, and scored 7 points in the fourth quarter. They had 80 points. They led 80-10 entering the fourth quarter of play. So South Alabama gets their first win of the season. Couple big games tomorrow, obviously, starting with big noon kickoff. Kalen DeBoer, in his first time as Alabama's head coach, goes on the road to face off against Wisconsin in Madison. Oklahoma State travels to Tulsa. LSU travels to Columbia, South Carolina, faces off against the Gamecocks. Michigan hosts Arkansas State, a big one between a 2-0 Memphis team and an 0-2 Florida State team in Tallahassee at Doak Campbell Stadium. That one's at 11 a.m. A couple other notable ones. 24th ranked Boston College and quarterback Thomas Castellanos travels to Columbia, Missouri, faces off against 6th rated Elia Drinkwitz Missouri Tigers. 9th ranked Oregon travels to Corvallis. By the way, former Husker linebacker coach Trent Bray, in his first season leading the Oregon State Beavers, has them off to a 2-0 start, and they will face the 9th-ranked Oregon Ducks tomorrow at 2:30 on Fox. And that obviously leads up, those and other games lead up to Nebraska and Northern Iowa tomorrow night, 6:30 p.m. We'll have pregame coverage for you starting at 4 p.m., postgame coverage immediately following with myself and Jay Foreman. A couple minutes until we start half number 2 and quarter number 3 here from Union Bank Stadium. Your score at the break, Norris 40, Lincoln Northwest 0. We'll step aside, come back in just a few short minutes with the start of quarter number 3 on 93.7 The Ticket.
Discover the difference that expertise and experience can make in your real estate journey with Next Ag Appraisal and Realty. Whether you need an appraisal, sales, or farm management, Next Ag comes up with a solution with your legacy and goals in mind. Next Ag isn't just their name, it's your future. So why wait? Visit their website today at www.nextagrealestate.com or give them a call at 402-380-0432 and turn your dreams into reality. Your land, your legacy, their solutions. Next Ag Appraisal and Realty.
Hey, bestie. Whoa, how'd you snag that awesome set of wheels? I'm in the market for a new car, too.
My friends at Members Own Credit Union. You're always in the driver's seat when it comes to your finances at Members Own.
Always in the driver's seat, huh?
Yep. They set you up with a loan that makes sense for your budget with great rates and top-notch customer service to boot.
Looks like we're going to need to make a pit stop.
Let's go. I'll drive. Hit the road to financial success and explore auto loan options with your best financial friend, Members Own Credit Union. For details, go to membersowncu.org/drive. Federally insured by the NCUA.
At Jimmy John's, we don't make sandwiches. We make the sandwich of sandwiches. We use fresh veggies because we don't hate salads. We just feel bad for them. We make our sandwiches exactly how you want because you're the one who's eating it. And we bake bread all day, every day because stale bread isn't bread. It's croutons. Sandwich history is written by the victors. Good thing we have legible handwriting. Jimmy John's, the sandwich of sandwiches. Order pickup or delivery on the app.
Big box stores are tempting for buying equipment for your high schooler in sports or for yourself in your sports leisures. But buying new is awfully expensive. Why not go somewhere with new and used options? Play It Again Sports has quality, slightly to gently used equipment, and 50% of their inventory is actually new equipment. And it's more than baseball, softball, and golf. They also have equipment for disc golf, fitness, hockey, and more. Plus, they're always buying products. Bring your gear you're done with and get trade money on the spot. Play It Again Sports at 48th and Vine.
This is a presentation of Nebraska high school football on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. High school football broadcasts are presented by Next Ag Appraisal and Realty, Sunbelt Rentals, Elway Power Sports of Lincoln, Jimmy John's, Teammates, Members Owned Credit Union, NDOT Highway Safety, and Play It Again Sports. Now, calling all the action, here's Nick Sainer.
That is right. It's time for the start of quarter number 3 from Union Bank Stadium. 40-0 is your score. Norris kicking things off. They'll kick towards the south end zone. It's a relatively short kick fielded at the 10-yard line, and here we go with Lincoln Northwest. Bouncing out left side. Now cutting back in is number 22, Zayden Fry. He's tackled down, and we're underway here in quarter number 3 with the Titans leading 40-0. Ball will be placed at the 24-yard line, 1st and 10 for head coach Brian Lauk's offense. They'll stick with their starters out there. J.J. Kopp, senior quarterback, had 2 interceptions in the first half. Kyson Gaina was one of them, and Gavin Krog was the other one. 2 wideouts near side, one to the top. The one to the top has been his go-to target, Xavier Wells. Handoff up the middle. It's Caden Wood as he barrels his way forward and tackled just across the 26-yard line to the 27, gain of 2. Now I'll call it 4 on that play. Makes it 2nd down and 6.5 yards on 2nd down. 10:53 and count. We are in a running clock scenario until Lincoln Northwest scores a touchdown here as they trail by more than 35 points. Norris leads 40-0. 2 wideouts each side. Caden Wood off to Kopp's right. He throws out to his right side. Pass is hauled in, and he's shoved out of bounds after a 6-yard gain. Number 17, Xander Gearing. Gearing gets up across the 30, and he's shoved out of bounds by Alex Small. It'll bring up 3rd down and manageable. 3rd down and 2 coming up for Lincoln Northwest on offense. 10-10 to go in quarter number 3. 3rd down and 2 from the 32-yard line. Got to get to about the 34.5-yard line. Kopp in the shotgun, running back off to his right side. 2 wideouts near side. Norris trying to time up the snap, and now it looks like Kopp wants to reset. There's 4 seconds on the play clock. They got to get going here. As 1 second on the play clock, they snap it just in time, hand it off to Caden Wood, barreling his way forward. Did he get there? He did not. Gets a gain of 1 on the right side. It'll bring up 4th down and 1. Kopp, with about 7 seconds on the play clock, looked back towards the Lincoln Northwest sideline and wanted to change the play. He changed that play, brought in an extra blocker, and they handed it off to Caden Wood. I'm not sure they had everybody set for a full second, but ultimately got it off before a penalty marker, and now on 4th down, they'll keep their offense out there, and why not? 9:15 to go in the 3rd quarter. 4th down and 1, I formation. Kopp under center. Caden Wood, the running back. There's a fullback out there as well. They'll turn, hand it off. Caden Wood with it, barreling his way forward, dives across. It's going to be close. Brian Lauk says that he gets it, and the head official says they do. So 1st and 10 coming up for Lincoln Northwest. The fans have something to cheer about on a night where it's been few and far between claps on the home sideline, and it's 1st and 10 with 8:44 to go in the 3rd quarter. So 2 wideouts, near side, 3 to the top. Rather, scratch that 2 to the top on the shallow side. Running back off to the right hip of Kopp. They motion a guy, Zayden Fry. Kopp looking left side, looks downfield, has Fry open, and that one's intercepted by the Norris Titans as number 6, Chris Gardner Jr. has the INT. Running up the left side is Gardner. He's still on his feet inside the 30 and finally thrown out of bounds inside the Lincoln Northwest 30-yard line as Norris gets their 3rd interception of the game, and it comes with 8:05 to go in the 3rd quarter. So I just had mentioned few and far between claps for the home sideline, the home fan cheering section, and that stays right on schedule as the very next play, J.J. Kopp tries to chuck it deep down the middle of the field. It looked like initially he was going for Zayden Fry, who was wide open, but instead that pass was closer, or ended up closer at least, to Xander Gearing, number 17, the tight end. But ultimately, it ended up in the midst of number 6, the defensive back, 6'3" junior DB, Chris Gardner Jr. They'll fake the handoff, and Behrens is going to keep it himself. He has a lot of running room across the 20-yard line. First down for Norris, and keep the chains moving and keep that clock moving if you're the Norris Titans, who lead 40-0. We are inside 7 minutes on the game clock. 25 and counting on the play clock as Behrens gets the call from Ty Twarling, the head coach for the Norris Titans. Norris's 0-2 record somewhat misleading and deceiving as they faced 2 really good ball clubs to start the season. They went to Scott and lost a close one, 29-13, and then lost a closer one to Gretna. As this pass wide open down the seam, touchdown Norris. As Behrens finds number 26 up the seam, Evan Greenfield. Greenfield, the 6'2 sophomore, finds the end zone, and it's 46-0 Norris. As I was saying, though, Norris's schedule is somewhat deceiving. They lose 29-13 on the road to Scott Catholic, and then the following week on September 6th, lost by just a touchdown to Gretna in a high-scoring affair, 52-45. The kick after is up, and it is good, so now it's 47-0. But now Norris showing their dominance here tonight as they lead 47-0. Let's step aside, come back in 30 seconds after this on 93.7 The Ticket.
Empower a child today with the Teammates Mentoring Program. Hope is only a conversation away when you choose to share your talent, time, and heart with a child. Together, you can build a relationship based on strengths and chart a brighter future, 1 week at a time. Find out how you can be a mentor by visiting LincolnTeammates.org. Become what you needed as a kid by joining the Teammates Mentoring Program today.
Now back to high school football on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
6:27 to go in the 3rd quarter, 47-0. Norris with a commanding lead over Lincoln Northwest. Appreciate Ben back in our 93.7 The Ticket studios, pushing all the buttons, making sure you guys hear me. Appreciate you guys listening wherever you may be, whether it's on our FM dial, 93.7, or on the mobile app streams, wherever you're listening to us. We appreciate it as Norris on the kickoff is able to tackle the returner inside the 20-yard line down at the 18-yard line. That's where Lincoln Northwest will set up shop. 6:15 and counting as the running clock continues here in the 3rd quarter. 47-0. Norris with a commanding lead. It's never really wavered either. And it looks like there may be a change at quarterback. Number 11, Sammy Juergens, the sophomore, is in there now at quarterback. So Juergens will have a running back to each side. Fry off to his right. Caden Wood off to his left. He'll take the snap. 3-step drop. Looking. Quick pass out. Caught. Nice grab. Now dropped by number 4, Xavier Wells, on a slant across the middle. It looked like at first it was kind of a roller coaster of a play. Sammy Juergens comes in, fires a pass left side, has a nice arm, judging off of the one throw there, threw kind of a dart, and it almost was picked off by Norris's linebacker, number 20, Ty Bednar, but it was just out of the reach of Bednar. Xavier Wells had it for a moment, got down to the turf, and might have heard some footsteps because he dropped that pigskin. 2nd down and 10 at the 18-yard line. Shotgun set, 2 wideouts each side. Juergens in the shotgun. Running back off to his right is Zayden Fry. He hands it off to him, and Zayden maybe gets a half a yard up to the 19. 4.5 to play in the third quarter. 47-0. Norris leads. Third down and 9 for Lincoln Northwest. 2 wideouts far sides. His go-to target, Xavier Wells, is all by himself on the near sideline, just inside the numbers. 1 running back to each side of Sammy Juergens, the backup quarterback. He takes a 5-step drop, passes out to Wells, passes hauled in just inside the 30-yard line, spins out of a tackle, and now thrown out of bounds by number 20, Ty Bednar, but not until Lincoln Northwest gets a first down pass completion from Juergens to Wells on the near side. And with 3:50 to go in quarter number 3, it's 1st and 10 from the 36-yard line for Lincoln Northwest. 47-0 your score. Nick Sainert with you. Ben back in our 93.7 The Ticket Studios. J.J. Kopp, the starting quarterback, taken out of the game for the time being. He's thrown 3 interceptions tonight. They have put Sammy Juergens, the sophomore quarterback, into the game. Juergens with a running back to each side in the shotgun. 2 wideouts far side, 1 to the near. 4 down linemen as they motion Wood out far side. He throws it into the flat, pass caught. He jukes upfield across the 45. Nice move by Caden Wood. As the Lincoln Northwest offense getting into a little bit of a rhythm with Sammy Juergens at the helm. Ball is marked at their own 49-yard line. Another first down for Lincoln Northwest. 1st and 10 from the 49-yard line. Going towards the north end zone here at Union Bank Stadium. Pitch black sky, the lights shining on the turf. Beautiful night for football as the wind has somewhat subsided now. Snap back for Juergens, looking deep right side, has a man beat, has him open just out of the reach of number 6, Mason Salinger, as he had beaten the man in coverage, number 24 for Norris, Shane Holen on the perimeter, but it was just out of the reach of Salinger. It appears right now that Sammy Juergens, a little bit of a stronger arm than maybe J.J. Kopp has. J.J. Kopp throws from the left side, while Juergens, the more traditional righty. 1:54 and counting to go in the third quarter. It's 47-0 and 2nd and 10 coming up for Lincoln Northwest. They motion a guy, Zayden Fry, right to left. Quick pass out near side. It's hauled in by the tight end across the middle, spun and round and down by Shane Holen, but not until a 9-yard pass is completed to Xander Gearing. Brought down by Shane Holen at the Norris Titans 42-yard line, and that they're going to give him the first down. So they're going to mark him down at the 41 and that's enough for a Falcons first down. 1st and 10 coming up for Lincoln Northwest at the Titans 41-yard line. They trail 47-0. Juergens in the I formation. They turn. They'll hand it off. Caden Wood slips 1 tackle. Still trying to drive those legs. Gets a good gain of 7 yards up across the 35-yard line of Norris to the 34. And it'll be 2nd down and 3 coming up from the 34-yard line. We're inside of a minute remaining in quarter number 3. Juergens, the sophomore quarterback, working well for the Lincoln Northwest offense right now. 2nd down and 3.5 yards from the 34-yard line. Juergens rolling, looking, being pressured, throws forward, and it's incomplete, intended for Caden Wood. Lucky for Juergens that pass was not intercepted by number 51, Preston Ozenbaugh, who was kind of in the vicinity. The big defensive lineman was in the area as they tried to dump it off to Caden Wood. I think Northwest tried to run some iteration of a screenplay there for Caden Wood, but ultimately it was not successful. 3rd down and 4. However, that is going to be the end of the third quarter. The running clock sure does make it go quicker, as that'll do it for quarter number 3. We'll step aside, come back in 60 seconds. Lincoln Northwest having more success on offense here with Sammy Juergens in at quarterback than they've had all game. We'll step aside, come back in 1 minute. And with the fourth quarter of action from UBT Stadium, it's 47-0 Titans on 93.7 The Ticket.
Where will your path take you, traveler? To seek fortune in a new career? Or on a journey to distant lands for a well-deserved vacation? Wherever you go, one distraction could spell disaster. You can change your fate, adventurer. Don't drive distracted. Paid for by the NDOT Highway Safety Office.
Escape the ordinary gym experience and unlock a new you with 3 Pillars Performance. Whether you're a high school athlete, college student, or former athlete, 3 Pillars Performance's state-of-the-art facility and certified trainers are dedicated to helping you achieve your fitness goals. Join a community that helps you get leaner, stronger, and move better than you ever have before. Visit 3 Pillars Performance online at 3pillarsperformance.com or in person at 5620 South 49th Street in Lincoln. Maximize your athletic potential with 3 Pillars Performance today.
Now back to high school football on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
It is the start of quarter number 4, and on 3rd down and 4, Lincoln Northwest attempts a pass out near side intended for number 22, Zayden Fry, and it goes incomplete. Brings up 4th down and 4. And even if this drive stalls out, hypothetically speaking, for Lincoln Northwest, even if it were to stall out, this has been the most successful drive of the ball game for Lincoln Northwest, as they have Sammy Juergens, the backup quarterback, in the game currently. 11:20 to go and counting here in the fourth quarter. 3 wideouts near side. 4th down attempt. Quick pass out near side. Caught by Xavier Wells, and he's going to be close to the first down marker. They needed to get to the 31-yard line, and it appears that they will give him the first down. So a nice job. Once again, just a nice, easy pass completion for Sammy Juergens, and he is able to get the Northwest Falcons another first down on this drive. By the way, learn more on how to help empower a student today by the power of mentoring with teammates. Apply today at teammates.org. 10:35 to go in the fourth quarter. 1st and 10 coming up for Lincoln Northwest. 2 wideouts near side, 1 running back to each side. They turn, hand it off. Here on the carry is number 31 for Lincoln Northwest, Sincere Jones. He goes nowhere, gets dropped at the 30-yard line. Short gain on the play. 2nd down and 10 coming up for Lincoln Northwest. Once again, I keep, every time I'm out here at UBT Stadium, I got to applaud the folks. I got to applaud them because, man, it is a beautiful spot. The turf looks great. Obviously, Lincoln Northwest opened up 2022, I believe in the August of 2022. UBT Stadium, great-looking scoreboard. The press box is low enough to where it's a really nice view of the field. There's glass on the press box that you use a little pulley to just slide it up and slide it down. It's a really nice setup here at UBT Stadium. I'm a big fan of it. Excited for potentially more games out here. Handoff on 2nd down goes for 4 yards to Sincere Jones. It'll be 3rd down and 6 from the 26. Like I said, Lincoln Youth Football will have their championship games out here in the first weekend of November. They usually play at Seacrest. Just going to change it up. This is, once again, a universal field. This does not belong solely to Lincoln Northwest. 9:05 to play. Juergens, pass out right side, and a little bit of miscommunication with his receiver. Intended on the play for number 6, Mason Salinger. Salinger wasn't even turned around and ready for the ball to be delivered as Juergens fired that one his way. By the way, folks, click it or ticket. Buckle up when you drive. Sponsored by the Nebraska DOT Highway Safety Office. If you guys are listening in your cars, appreciate that as you get to your destinations. If you're listening at home on our mobile streams, appreciate that as well. 8:23 to go in the fourth quarter. 4th down and 6 here for Lincoln Northwest. Can they continue their most successful drive of the day? Pass out near side. It's hauled in. Touchdown. Lincoln Northwest on a 26-yard pass from Sammy Juergens to number 6, Mason Salinger. They went right back to Mason Salinger, the 6'2 junior, and from 26 yards out, as the lights are flickering here at UBT Stadium, they have the cool opportunity to do like what the Nebraska Huskers do with the light show with 8:13 to play in the fourth quarter. On a 4th down attempt, Lincoln Northwest has points. So it's 47-6 with 8:13 to play here in the fourth quarter. The point after, the snap is down, the kick is up, and the kick is good. So 8:13 to go in the fourth quarter of play. It's 47-7. Norris leads by 40 over Lincoln Northwest. We'll step aside, come back in 30 seconds right after this on 93.7 The Ticket.
Escape the ordinary gym experience and unlock a new you with 3 Pillars Performance. Whether you're a high school athlete, college student, or former athlete, 3 Pillars Performance's state-of-the-art facility and certified trainers are dedicated to helping you achieve your fitness goals. Join a community that helps you get leaner, stronger, and move better than you ever have before. Visit 3 Pillars Performance online at 3pillarsperformance.com or in person at 5620 South 49th Street in Lincoln. Maximize your athletic potential with 3 Pillars Performance today.
Now back to high school football on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
A 26-yard pass from Sammy Juergens to Mason Salinger gives Lincoln Northwest their first touchdown of the ball game. They trail still 47-7 with 8:13 to go in the fourth quarter. But man, if you're head coach Brian Lauk, that's encouraging stuff from your sophomore quarterback coming in when things were looking bleak. And it's been real grim through about 3.5 quarters. And then Sammy Juergens comes in, and now an onside kick attempt as it bounces over a couple of Titans players and almost worked out in favor. It bounced all the way inside the Norris 35-yard line, right at the feet of head coach Brian Lauk. But ultimately, Norris able to jump on it and avoid disaster. So Norris will now take over at their own 34-yard line, maybe the 33-yard line. First and 10 from their own 33. Norris has now put a backup quarterback into the game. It looks like number 26, Evan Greenfield, will be out there. So Barron's day appears to be done. Greenfield turns, tosses out right side to the running back, jukes out wide, unable to get a whole lot of running room. Maybe he got a half a yard on that play. Colin Bell in on the stop for Lincoln Northwest. Short gain on the play. They're going to actually mark it no gain on the play. So second down and 10 coming up for Norris at their own 33-yard line. Both teams still with 3 timeouts. As in the pistol formation, here's Greenfield. 2 wideouts near side, 1 to the top. Greenfield takes the snap. He's back to pass. Greenfield looking, still surveying. Now pass out near side, and it's dropped through the hands of the intended receiver, number 33, Cash Moeller. It's a good-looking jersey matchup tonight, I will say, as you have the purple, the strong, bold purple jerseys of Lincoln Northwest with a great Falcon logo on their helmets. And then the all white, just the traditional Norris Titans look that we are pretty familiar with. 6:57 to go, handed off on third down, and a first down and more for the Norris Titans offense. Number 10, Kyson, or excuse me, there's no number 10 on their roster, but he keeps on running. They're going to call him, looks like Bryson Addison. I apologize, on the roster provided, no number 10, but there he is. So we're going to Bryson Addison with a nice run inside the red zone, and now they're down inside the 20-yard line at the Lincoln Northwest 17. 1st and 10 coming up, 6:15 to go in the ballgame. Pistol formation. Number 22, Noah Waddell, is the backup running back who's in. He gets the carry on this one, and it's a nice gain up to the 10-yard line. Gain of 7. So Waddle able to get up to the 10-yard line, makes it 2nd down and 3 with 5:47 and counting to play. $5:36 to play in the 4th quarter of action. Appreciate you guys listening to us right here in 93.7 The Ticket as Greenfield has it. Pistol formation. 7 seconds on the play clock as he turns around and is ready for the snap. Greenfield claps his hand, fires, now hands it off. Waddle inside the 10, navigating his way through traffic and gets down near the 5. So it'll now be 1st and goal coming up for the Norris Titans offense. They lead it 47-7. 5:06 to play in the 4th quarter. Jimmy John's, the sandwich of sandwiches. You can order pickup or delivery on Jimmy John's app today. 4 minutes, 50 seconds left. 1st and goal for Norris. Greenfield in the pistol. Claps his hands. He runs out left side, tosses it left side now. Here's Waddle. Waddle dragging Northwest defenders, and he is in. Touchdown, Norris on a 4-yard touchdown run. Norris takes a 53-7 lead with 4:35 to go in the 4th quarter. There is an injured Falcon down on the ground. We'll step aside, come back in just a moment, right after this on 93.7 The Ticket.
Discover the difference that expertise and experience can make in your real estate journey with Next Ag Appraisal and Realty. Whether you need an appraisal, sales, or farm management, Next Ag comes up with a solution with your legacy and goals in mind. Next Ag isn't just their name, it's your future. So why wait? Visit their website today at www.nextagrealestate.com or give them a call at 402-380-0432 and turn your dreams into reality. Your land, your legacy, their solutions. Next Ag Appraisal and Realty.
If you're a homeowner or a business owner, you have a lot of projects, and no one has an unlimited budget or time. Sunbelt Rentals makes all jobs less stressful with no need to purchase large equipment or hire a crew. You can do it yourself with rentals and everything from aerators and power rakes for spring yard work to stump grinders, concrete mixers, tile saws, and more. Check out their inventory in Lincoln, north of Cornhusker Highway on 56th Street, or online at sunbeltrentals.com.
It's game on at Elway Power Sports of Lincoln, Nebraska's premier Sea-Doo dealership. Score up to $300 off or a free 2-year warranty on 2024 Sea-Doo Sparks and $500 off or a free 2-year warranty on all other brand new 2024 Sea-Doos. Rule the streets on an Indian motorcycle with customer cash and trade-in credits up to $2,000 during the month of September. On or off-road, Elway Power Sports of Lincoln has you covered with a large selection of motorcycles and watercraft in stock at their new 27th and I-80 location. Hurry in, the clock is running down.
Now back to high school football on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Nick Sander back with you from UBT Stadium. 54-7 is your score after they tended to the injured Falcon, kicked the extra point, and Norris getting ready to kick things off once again with 4.5 to play in the fourth quarter. This kickoff will go through the end zone for a touchback, and we're ready to go. 1st and 10 from the 20-yard line. Sammy Juergens, the backup quarterback for Lincoln Northwest, led the offense down the field last time out. Had a nice connection with Mason Salinger for 26 yards out for a touchdown. And that is the Falcons' only score so far today. Came into this game scoring just 6 points on the entire season. Four minutes, 35 seconds. 9 seconds on the play clock. 1st and 10 from the 20. Juergens takes the snap, hands it off. Here's Caden Wood with it up the middle. Wood maybe got back to the line of scrimmage and then some. Not a whole lot after that, though. So once again, no broadcast next Friday night for high school football as the Huskers host the Illinois Fighting Illini. 2nd down and 10, 2nd down and 9 officially coming up for Lincoln Northwest from their own 21. Shotgun snap. Here's Juergens looking left, throws left, and it's hauled in by his tight end. Nice move by the tight end, Xander Gearing, as he gets across the 1st down marker, across the 30, and down the 33. Gain of 12. It was just a simple out route to the far sideline for Xander Gearing. It was hauled in successfully, and then he made a nice jump cut, kind of planted his foot in the turf and went back the other way, changed direction, and was able to get it across the 1st down marker for a gain of 12. So 1st and 10 coming up from the 33-yard line as we are approaching the 3-minute mark in the ball game. 1st and 10. Empty shotgun set for Sammy Juergens. Juergens takes the snap, looking. He's getting blitzed, now runs forward and just slides down. Smart quarterback play as a much more bigger 59 Ryan Schoenbeck from the middle linebacker's position, 6'2", 206, was waiting to lay him out. But instead, Sammy Juergens, the sophomore, decided to just give himself up and slide down on the turf at the 35-yard line. So 2nd down and 8 from the 35-yard line here in quarter number 4. 2.5 to play. Juergens, shotgun set, 2 wideouts each side. They're on the left hash mark, farthest away, closest to the Norris sideline. Juergens surveying, throws it downfield, and it's incomplete, intended for Caden Wood around the 40-yard line of Lincoln Northwest, and it'll be incomplete. So now brings up 3rd down and 8 from the same spot, that 35-yard line of Lincoln Northwest. So Norris next week on September 20th will have Blair. They will be able to host Blair, and then they go on the road to face off against Pius X. And then for Lincoln Northwest, they got to make a road trip the next 2 weeks. They face Hastings on the road next Friday, and then the following week they travel to Seward before returning home against York. Quick pass out near side. It's caught by Caden Wood across the 1st down marker, across the 43-yard line, and a 1st down for Lincoln Northwest. We have 90 seconds left in the ball game, but Lincoln Northwest certainly having a nice couple of drives here when Sammy Juergens is leading the charge. One minute, 18 seconds here in the ball game. Norris will get their first win of the campaign. Lincoln Northwest will still be searching for their first as they move into Hastings next weekend. Another pass caught out on the near side by number 4, Xavier Wells. We've said Xavier Wells' name quite often this evening. Had himself a nice day. But now with 50 seconds left on the game clock, it's 2nd down and 2. 54-7 is your score. Norris out in front comfortably. They've been out in front comfortable all game long. Deep pass out. Xavier Wells, well out of reach of Xavier Wells. And that brings up 3rd down and 2 with 30 seconds to go. If they want to run another play here, they might want to get back up to the line relatively quickly here. So once again, Lincoln Northwest will travel to Hastings next Friday, then on to Seward the next 2 weeks before returning home against the Dukes of York. As with 11 seconds, potentially the last play of the game, Juergens chucks it deep, has a man open, and he is hauled in inside the 10-yard line. And it looks like I would not be surprised to see Lincoln Northwest use a timeout potentially. And it is not. They will not burn a timeout. That pass caught by Zayden Fry of Lincoln Northwest. That was a really nice throw by Sammy Juergens on the run, but Zayden Fry hauled it in, but was tracked down by the ankles inside the 10-yard line. Nonetheless, though, that's the ball game. Norris wins 54-7 over the Lincoln Northwest Falcons. Don't go anywhere. We'll step aside, come right back with post-game thoughts and reaction from Union Bank Stadium on 93.7 The Ticket.
In today's digital landscape, the security of your business is non-negotiable. That's why you need better cybersecurity solutions. At Hamilton, we make it our business to protect your network, data, and digital assets with the latest in cybersecurity technology. Our dedicated team of experts has the technology in place to protect what matters most to you and your business. Stay ahead of cyber threats with better cybersecurity protection. Hire Hamilton at hamiltonisbusiness.com.
Hey, bestie. Whoa, how'd you snag that awesome set of wheels? I'm in the market for a new car, too. My friends at Members Own Credit Union. You're always in the driver's seat when it comes to your finances at Members Own. Always in the driver's seat, huh? Yep. They set you up with a loan that makes sense for your budget with great rates and top-notch customer service to boot. Looks like we're going to need to make a pit stop. Let's go. I'll drive. Hit the road to financial success and explore auto loan options with your best financial friend, Members Own Credit Union. For details, go to membersowncu.org/drive. Federally insured by the NCUA.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com. On the internet. KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket. Now back to high school football on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Well, not a whole lot to say in this one other than Norris dominated from start to finish as they win 54-7 over Lincoln Northwest here at Union Bank Stadium. Nick Sainert with you one final time before we put a bow on it and get ready for Husker football Saturday as the Huskers get ready for University of Northern Iowa tomorrow night at 6:30 p.m. Appreciate you guys joining us wherever you may be. Norris, complete game. Really nice play from their quarterback, Jarrett Behrens. Chris Gardner Jr. made a couple of nice catches offensively with the interception. Norris's defense was really, really dominant against a less than, substantial, I should say, offense of Lincoln Northwest. Norris did their job. They they limited the big plays that they allowed to Lincoln Northwest. They forced 3 interceptions that eventually kept J.J. Kopp on the bench, but there's the bright spot for Lincoln Northwest. If you're the Falcons and head coach Brian Lauk, you're sitting there going, we have something in our sophomore backup quarterback, Sammy Juergens, who came in, ran the offense well, the most efficient of all night long. They ended up getting a 26-yard touchdown there to Mason Salinger, and that ended up being the only score of the ball game for Lincoln Northwest, who might need to get it figured out a little bit on offense, but ultimately, especially in the second half, when Sammy Juergens came in, it makes you wonder if he could have played all 4 quarters, what would this have looked like? Maybe still Norris comes away with the victory, but ultimately is it the margin that it was at 54-7. Once again, that'll do it for us here on 93.7 The Ticket. Appreciate you guys listening wherever you may be. Once again, no high school football broadcast next Friday night as the Huskers will host the Illinois Fighting Illini and Brett Bielema from Memorial Stadium. But ultimately, don't forget, our pregame coverage tomorrow starts at 4 p.m. with postgame coverage immediately following the ball game and what we hope to be Nebraska's 3rd win of the season. Once again, thanks to Ben back in our 93.7 The Ticket studios at 1040 O Street for his support and his job well done as always. Nick Sainert saying so long from Union Bank Stadium. Norris gets a dominating win in their first win of 2024 with a 54-7 victory over the Lincoln Northwest Falcons. We'll talk to you tomorrow at 4 p.m. with pregame coverage of Huskers and Panthers right here on 93.7 The Ticket.
The captain, Vershawn Jackson.
This is on all of them. This game the stage is set for them to right the wrongs.